Welcome to Speak for Yourself. Marcellus Wiley here. Yep, got my Mac Jones suit on today. Off the rack, off the rack. Mac Jones, you better spend some money on some suits. Emmanuel out here in the building. I look like one of those Alabama players, bro, because they were all fresh.
They all were
Waddle, fresh.
Waddle,
Everybody, fresh.
Master P.
Who else we got in there?
Devontae Smith.
Fresh. He waited a little too long to have the diamonds on here. Chill, take them off. By the 10th pick, you got to come off right there. All right, let's get it started with the NFL draft. And the first round is in the books. And there were plenty of headlines. 5 quarterbacks were taken with the first 15 picks, including Trey Lance to the 49ers. And the Bears traded up to number 11 for Justin Fields, who didn't look so happy. Cowboys and Eagles even made a trade with Philly, adding wide receiver Devontae Smith at 10, and Dallas selecting linebacker Micah Parsons. Shout out to LeVar Arrington, Penn State boys, with the 12th pick. So, Acho, who won round 1 of the NFL draft?
The real question should be who lost it, because seemingly everybody won. Like, from all the partnerships between quarterbacks, Jalen Waddle finds Tua, Jamar Chase finds Burrow, Trevor Lawrence finds ETN, Devontae Smith finds Jalen Hurts. You could really go through the litany of teams, and shout out to all the general managers, because y'all did y'all's thing yesterday.
That's the first round. I mean, those are the alley-oops.
But in all honesty, bro, you miss a move sometimes.
Well, they're going to miss some moves once they get on the field. Some of these dudes ain't going to ball out. Let's just be real.
But who really won?
Okay.
The Philadelphia Eagles.
Homer.
No. There is no Homer in this. I am away right now.
What?
The Philadelphia Eagles won the draft, and at least for one day, at least for one night, general manager Howie Roseman has again earned the affection of the Eagles faithful. Let me tell you how they did this.
I like.
The Eagles, remember, just a month ago had the number 6 overall pick in the draft. What did the Eagles do with the number 6 overall pick? They traded back to the number 12 overall pick. In return, the Miami Dolphins gave them a future first-round pick next year and an additional 4th-round pick. Okay. Eagles took that future first-round pick and that 4th-round pick, and they parlayed that 12th overall pick, trading to the 10th overall pick ahead of their division rivals, the New York Giants, who needed a wide receiver to get the second-best wide receiver in the draft, Devontae Smith. The same wide receiver, Devontae Smith, who they were going to draft at number 6 overall anyway, because Jamar Chase was going to be gone anyway, because Jamar Chase left at the number 5 pick. So if I'm doing my calculations correctly, carry the 2, the remainder is Devontae Smith. The Eagles got a first-round pick.
I'm listening.
To draft the same player that they was going to draft anyway in Devontae Smith. And all they had to do was give up a 3rd-round pick this year. But oh, wait. Not only did they get a first-round pick, they got a 4th-round pick. So what it looks like to me, if I can simplify this for y'all and simplify this for Eagles fans, the Eagles fans won the first round because they gained a future first-round pick and only had to move from the 3rd round to the 4th round, in essence, in order to draft Devontae Smith, maybe the best receiver in the draft, who they were going to draft anyway. I don't see how anybody won more than the Eagles. A lot of people won. But Howie Roseman and the Eagles, they won in a major way.
I'm going to beat that up. I'm going to beat that up.
You going to try?
You want me to?
Try.
Well, first of all, I know we at Fox, but you ain't got to film The Simpsons. Homer up in here with that Eagles take. Here's a counterpunch to that Eagles one before I even get into mine. I thought you didn't like their quarterback. So who cares how many first-round picks
you didn't get?
That's not a counterpunch. Devontae Smith could be like, oh, Acho said he don't like you, Jalen. Can you reach? Oh, he got quiet over there. I thought so. Okay, so give Jalen Hurts a little more props than that. Good take. Here's a great take. Let's talk about who really won this draft. It was early, too.
Talk to me.
Number 4 pick, Kyle Pitts. Oh, my God. Tight end of the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay, go there.
You know why? You can't double-team everybody.
Fair.
Woo! Let's look at this Atlanta roster on offense right now and then say, what is Kyle Pitts going to see? He's going to see a lot of space, a lot of free acreage right now, because we talk about Julio Jones. We talk about Calvin Ridley already in that combination, only 2nd in terms of receiving production last year to what? The Kansas City Chiefs, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. Okay, that's a good stat. How about this? How it's going to revive everything in Atlanta, especially even Matt Ryan's career. Matt Ryan's on the decline, some would say. Trade bait conversations are moving on from him. Not anymore. Literally going back there, 3-step drop, close your eyes, throw it up. Someone's going to catch this ball right now. Look at the weapons that they have. Beyond the names, it's about the talent. They already had a top 10 total offense 6 of the last 7 years. That's before Kyle Pitts. Who's Kyle Pitts? Some are saying already by talent, that's going to be a Hall of Famer. I played with Antonio Gates, who's going to be a Hall of Famer. Antonio Gates was a beast. From hello, you kind of said, damn, you didn't play football before this? He was like, I was trying to play basketball. It was like, boy, you missed out on the opportunity to let everyone know you should have been drafted as high as maybe a Kyle Pitts. But Antonio Gates still went out there and did it. And this is no slight to the homie. Antonio Gates, in terms of skill set, is not what Kyle Pitts was day one. 6'6", 240, can run. They said run 4.4. Are you kidding me? The guy can do it all, and he's going to be in an offense where they're going to say, we don't need you to do much. Goodness! Matt Ryan is sitting there smiling to the heavens. All I have to say on top of that is look at these guys in terms of talent. You got a number 6 overall pick, Julio Jones, who's a future Hall of Famer. Calvin Ridley, 26, another first rounder. Hayden Hurst, 25th overall pick. You talk about all those 3 first rounders in the offensive line in terms of production. Matt Ryan, your quarterback, we already know Matt Ryan could put up the yards, put up the stats. Top 5 passing offense each of the last 3 seasons before Kyle Pitts. It was simple. After the 4th pick, everybody else was nice claps. There was only one bona fide Hall of Famer going in the first round, and we already know who that was. My man, Kyle Pitts.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Can I add another name into the conversation of the winners?
That you
add another name.
Another one? Another team?
I like my Eagles. That was my first. That was my 1A or my 1. I like Kyle Pitts. I'm going to give you that. But can I throw Justin Fields into the names, please?
Can I throw it back to you? Did you see his face?
Bruh.
Justin Fields don't agree with you.
Right,
he was
does.
salty.
He does. He was salty. He fell, but he was not salty
Fell
where
where?
he fell
To
to.
11? That's falling?
That's falling. I keep on falling. Yes, that's falling.
That is not falling.
Justin Fields won the draft. Also, why, Sal? Because
Let's go.
if you just want to talk about rosters, the Chicago Bears roster is just as good as the 49ers roster, where everybody was saying that, oh, my gosh, if you go to the 49ers, you'll win instantly.
I see some of that.
49ers got Bosa. Bosa's a dog. Hurt last year, I don't care about that. He's a dog. Chicago Bears just have a guy by the name of Khalil Mack. Not a big deal. 49ers got Fred Warner. Fred Warner is a beast at linebacker. I know something about linebackers. Chicago Bears just got a guy by the name of Roquan Swift. Not a big deal. Chicago Bears made it to the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years with Mitch Trubisky. I like Mitch. But if you think Mitch Trubisky was a limiting reactant, then you made it to the playoffs, Chicago Bears, in spite of Mitch Trubisky's play. Now you telling me you got a quarterback who should be a generational quarterback in Justin Fields? Oh, y'all big-time winners. Chicago Bears have never had a 4,000-yard passer. Justin Fields might just come in and pass for 4,000 next year if he starts week 1 and plays 17 games. That's a little bit skewed because you get to play 1 more game. But Justin Fields might show up and do that next year. Justin Fields, you got a bona fide number 1 receiver in Robinson. You got a speedster in Mooney. You got another speedster, Olympic 2 times. He qualifies in Marquise Goodwin. You got your Tariq Cohen as your running back, who's a gadget guy, along with having David Montgomery, a 1,000-yard running back. You got a 1,000-yard running back, a 1,000-yard receiver, Khalil Mack at defensive end, Roquan Smith a linebacker, plus playmaking safeties in the back end as well. Whew, it couldn't have got better for Justin Fields, big dog. Going to Chicago is a bigger win for Justin Fields than had he even gone to San Fran. Because the last thing I'm going to say on that note, San Fran, you got to deal with Russell Wilson, yo. Not only you got to deal with Russell Wilson, you got to deal with Kyler Murray. He's talented. Not only you got to deal with that, you got to deal with Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. They talented. If you, Justin Fields, you go ahead and waltz on into Chicago, you got to deal with Jared Goff. They don't know what they're doing on offense, not yet, too far away. You got to deal with Kirk Cousins. Yeah, he's good, but we know his ceiling. And Aaron Rodgers don't want to be there. You might look up in 12 months and be the best quarterback-coach combination in that division. You might look up in 3 months and be the best quarterback-coach combination in that division. Hey, Justin Fields won. He won.
Yeah, I think he won, and I think he feels like a loser. And that's what he's... You saw his face. What you mean? Why?
He failed, bro. He failed.
Dog, okay, I'm fine with that. But attitude determines altitude. Never forget that, okay? So, look, I don't give a damn what you fell. You fell into something great, it sounds like, to you and to me as well. You should have that quick fix. Like, hey, man, I understand the production of emotions. So many people get caught up in this, and it's false. Look, Justin Fields, I get it. You got to look like, man, I failed. Dog, you fell into greatness. Like, you got slotted. The universe said, let you fall so you can rise. Like, this situation is great. I give you that. But Green Bay, let's not hype it up too much. Aaron Rodgers, still in the building, 13-3. Minnesota, talented. We'll see what they do about it. Detroit is upgrading, but I don't know if they're there yet. I'm not going to add another name. I'm just going to stick with the one that was right the first time around, the Atlanta Falcons. Now, you gave me an example, which is interesting because I'm starting to learn a lot more about you. We still haven't hung out yet. The CDC said we can, but you don't like me enough to just go out and kick it with me, mask off. It's okay. I can tell. Baggy suits and all, I ain't going to help your party out. Here's the thing. You just gave me a relative experience, and I'm always talking in the absolutes in this respect when it comes to talent. In the absolute sense, Kyle Pitts as a prospect is better than Justin Fields. Even.
Comparatively, yes, sir.
Yes, right? Yes, sir. In the absolute sense, like who would your team is blank. You're going to say, well, I need the most important position. Well, I'm going to say I'm going to need the most important player, and I'm going to go get Kyle Pitts. That's one right there. Let's talk about another situation. When you're talking relative versus absolute, let's go to your world of Vegas and casinos. Who would you rather be? A guy who walks in with $10 and walks out and got 100? Or a guy who walks in with a G and walks out with 2 Gs?
I don't know, actually.
That's my point.
Wait, who would you rather be? What's the answer?
A G with 2 Gs. You know why? Because I just got $1,000 more. But you're looking at it like I got 10 times more than I walked in with. That's what your Eagles take was. Well, they got a first rounder. They swapped out and they fooled them and they suckered them and they got this. That sounds cute. That sounds like a $10 dude who now got $100. But I'm a G, dog, walking in and doubling that up. I got another G.
Here's what I know.
That's what Kyle Pitts is. Absolutely great.
Here's what I know. You have never been in a casino and been on that last $10. Yo, you just took me somewhere. I'm like, I thought I was so confused, y'all. Because I done been in a casino with a G. Okay. And I gone up to 2 Gs.
Go home.
Then I went back down to 1,500. And then I went back down to 1,000. And then I went down to 800.
Go home.
Then I went down to 600. Then I went down to 300. Then I went down to 100.
You scratching your neck now,
Look, I'm down to 100. Then I play a $50 hand, down to 50. Okay, I go to quarters. I play a quarter hand, down to 25. Still, I have been that dude.
Yeah.
And when you take that $10 and you flip it to $100, you got a chance because now you can go to high limits, $100 minimums, and you might just win a $100 hand. You never know.
Look, I'm not going to torture this example, but it's foolery. People always do that, and they like, oh, my God, I went 10X up. I'm like, but somebody in the absolute sense just got way more than you, and they only had to double it up. Kyle Pitts on the roster is way more than anybody who had to do all this maneuvering to get someone who's still lesser than. Coming up, the 49ers have their rookie quarterback, but we'll tell you if they'll regret drafting Trey Lance. That's next on Speak for Yourself.
In a monumental main event, the leader of the Yes Movement, Daniel Bryan, challenges the head of the table, Roman Reigns, for the Universal Championship. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, tonight on Fox.
We finally know who the 49ers chose with their number 3 pick, and it is Trey Lance. Yeah, that was a surprise to all of us because a lot of people thought the Niners were leaning towards Mac Jones. We see you with your poker face, Shanahan. Because Shanahan said they were very high on Lance since day one. But do not forget, Jimmy G is still on the roster. Kyle Shanahan, he addressed that last night. You all take a listen.
It's going to be very hard for a rookie to come in and beat Jimmy Garoppolo out. He's a very good player. And that's why I like the situation that we are in. Now, we'll see where Trey's at. We'll see how he does in OTAs. I love that we're getting those. I love that he's going to come here tomorrow. We're going to be able to talk to him in person. But Jimmy's our quarterback right now.
So, Sal, will the 49ers regret, and that is a powerful word, will they regret drafting Trey Lance?
Oh, not at all. This is perfect. This is exactly what they wanted. They got themselves a project in perception. I don't know how good Trey Lance is day one. Kyle Shanahan doesn't know. Trey Lance doesn't know. But he's going to get out there and get an opportunity. But forget that reality of opportunity. Let's talk about what the public's going to see or what the public's going to think of this situation. Oh, Trey Lance needs time. You know, Trey Lance, he has the fewest passing attempts of any prospect taking that high in 43 years. Oh, look at Trey Lance right now. He needs so much runway. And Kyle Shanahan's the guru to give him the coaching genius he needs. But trust me, it'll happen over time. Meanwhile, in that time, Jimmy Garoppolo, just stay healthy, and you're going to do fine. And Kyle Shanahan's going to benefit from both the perception and the reality. I told you this months ago. They draft quarterbacks to get runway. These coaches are not helicopters. They just can't take off. They need to run away. And Kyle Shanahan, 7-27 without Jimmy G, needs even more runway. So why go draft a Mac Jones, who people are saying is pro-ready, who has the fastest processor of all the quarterbacks, who had a tremendous last year, Why draft that guy? Let's draft the guy that's the unknown the most. Went to the small school that everybody's like, God, when he hits, it's going to be amazing. But he needs so much time. It buys Shanahan time. It buys Jimmy G time. Jimmy G's in a win-win situation. I ball, I stay. Trey Lance, sit down. This is like the Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay situation as it was proposed on paper. Now, that hasn't worked out like they thought on paper, but this one right now is set up for success, and everyone's going to benefit. Trey Lance is in no rush to go out there right now and ball out. He can't even beat his starting quarterback of Jimmy G, according to his coaches. Coach's mind already made up. I need 2-3 years to get Trey Lance right. Right, Jimmy? Stay healthy. Let's make this all work. Perfect example of buying yourself some time, and the 49ers won't regret that time they bought.
Yeesh. Regret.
You going to go
The 49ers about to regret this in the worst way, and it's because of really what you said towards the end.
Let me hear.
Do the Packers regret drafting Jordan Love? Yes. Why do they regret drafting Jordan Love? Because Aaron Rodgers played like Aaron Rodgers is capable of playing. Okay. So now the Packers are looking like, dang, what we draft Jordan Love for if Aaron Rodgers is still capable of playing at a high level and he's not too old to play at a high level. He can still play for 5-6 more years if he can follow the Tom Brady trajectory. And Jordan Love was a project, so he's not ready to play right away anyway. So we can all conclusively agree the Packers regret drafting Jordan Love. We all know that. We've all said that all year long. It's the same situation. If Jimmy G is who you have told me he is, who we all believe he's capable of being, when Jimmy G is a starter, he's one of the winningest quarterbacks by percentage in his first 30 starts. So if we all believe that Jimmy G is who we say he is, when he's healthy, he balls.
He does.
Then if he stays healthy and he balls, Niners fans should be looking around like, if Jimmy G healthy and can ball, then why did we cost ourselves 2 future first-round picks to get Jimmy G a backup? In this day and age, do not spend a top 5 overall pick on somebody who cannot play right away. In this day and age of Patrick Mahomes being 25, winning MVPs, winning Super Bowls, Lamar Jackson being 24, winning unanimous MVPs, Justin Herbert being 21, 22, setting rookie records for touchdown passes, Joe Burrow being 24 and setting a rookie record for most 300-plus passing yard games. Like, in the day and age of young quarterbacks coming in and instantly balling, then to me, all I see is regret. Because if Jimmy G plays well, the Niners are asking themselves, why do we draft Trey Lance? If Jimmy G plays poorly, Trey Lance has to go in right away, but Trey Lance is a project who should not be playing right away because he will cost the 49ers games. So either way, Sel, I know you like to flip coins.
I'm gonna flip.
But if I flip the coin and it lands on heads, Jimmy G stays healthy, that's not great necessarily by perception. If I flip the coin and it lands on tails and Jimmy G gets hurt and Trey Lance has to play sooner than he is ready, that's not great either. I just don't see how either option proves to be a great situation for the pick of Trey Lance.
Oh, I'm going to break this one down with you, not for you. You gave me so many examples that I'm going to attack later, but let's start here. Jimmy G is not A-Rod. Let's just be real about that. Aaron Rodgers is a whole different animal. Has Jimmy G even made a Pro Bowl? Has Jimmy G won a Super Bowl? Does Jimmy G now have 3 MVPs? So you don't even have the equity, dog. I could come and take your job from you, Jimmy G, if I'm Kyle Shanahan, because what's really going to be the backlash? Because then if people say, but he took you to a Super Bowl, I say, yeah, but he's not durable. And then all of a sudden, you talk about Jordan Love when he was drafted. Aaron Rodgers started 16 games, and then they still went out there and drafted Jordan Love. So in terms of durability, in terms of accolade, achievement, they are in 2 different worlds, Aaron Rodgers and Jimmy G. Why did I bring that up? Because that's our starting point. We go and take shots at you, Jimmy G, as Kyle Shanahan did. That's why he moved up in the draft, gave up assets, and got the incumbent, got the next guy, got the one that they look forward to getting going forward. Perception and reality is all this is. You gave me situations, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, beast. Went to bad situations in terms of win-loss records. So, yeah, we're going to depend on you because we can't depend on our team right now. That's not this situation. In San Fran, they are 2 years removed from a Super Bowl. They are one healthy team away in terms of their aspirations and their ambitions of being in that same Super Bowl again. This team is ready-made. So we're going to use up all the toothpaste called Jimmy G. And guess what? When you're Trey Lance, you okay. You're silently applauding that because you don't know if you're ready just yet. Maybe in day one of practice, maybe 2 weeks into practice, like, oh, I'm ready. And then we'll hear different reports. But this is covered on every level, dog. That's why I think this is a genius move they can't regret.
But let me propose something else to you because I rock with you. We all know Aaron Rodgers is on a far higher level of altitude as far as quarterback competency than Jimmy G. We know all that.
Well, it's not the same.
But you and I have agreed on this before.
Okay.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes.
We have agreed on that. You all can understand that comparison, it will rob you of your joy. Mitch Trubisky was not that bad. Mitch Trubisky is 25-13 in his last 3 seasons. Made a Pro Bowl, went to 2 playoffs in his last 3 seasons. Mitch Trubisky had the 8th best winning percentage in the NFL the last 3 seasons. Top 10 quarterback only by winning percentage. But the Bears surely regret drafting Mitch Trubisky. Why? Because they looking at Deshaun Watson, who was drafted in the same class in his success individually. They looking at Patrick Mahomes, who was drafted in the same draft class in his success collectively and individually. So now, Niners fans are going to look up and see Justin Fields and what he's doing in Chicago. Because remember, the Bears have made the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years, even with Mitch Trubisky. They're going to see Justin Fields out there leading the Bears to the playoffs. Because if Mitch Trubisky could do it, we have to assume Justin Fields could do it. They're going to see Justin Fields lighting it up out there with Robinson at receiver. Jimmy Graham tied for 4th in touchdown passes at the tight end position last year. They're going to see Justin Fields out there balling. And meanwhile, they're going to see Trey Lance holding the clipboard for Jimmy G. They're going to look up and probably see Mac Jones either this year, at the end of this year, maybe next year, out there making some noise, leading the Patriots back to the playoffs. And Trey Lance is going to be there. Hey, great job, Jimmy G. Great job. Make sure on that cover 2, you look at that corner next time, that crouching corner next time. And they going to be looking around like, man, Justin Fields out there leading the Bears, Mac Jones out there leading the Patriots, and Trey Lance is leading the charge with the clipboards. That's going to lead them to some regret. Not necessarily because of Trey Lance's shortcomings, but you're going to look around at the success that the Mother Cats is having. Again, I submit to you, and I will shut up quickly. Mitch Trubisky was 25-13, Sal. A Pro Bowl, 2 playoff appearances. He really wasn't all that bad. But why the Bears regret it so much? Because they traded up for him, they overdrafted him, and his counterparts at the position had greater success than he did. That led to their regret. I see a whole bunch of parallels with Trey Lance and these 49ers.
You know what? I can see why you see that. I really can. I can't even lie, even though I got better vision than you because I got that 25 LASIK. You got your LASIK yet? You getting up
but
there?
I got both my COVID shots, so it's progress.
Are you ready?
Progress.
He ready. Okay, so with my 25 vision, eagle eye, I can see this as a situation where you said Green Bay regrets drafting Jordan Love. No, they don't. Let me tell you why. You remember how they drafted Aaron Rodgers, who fell from number 1 overall in perception to the reality of number 24? And he sat 1, 2, 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. And this is your problem. This is your problem, Acho, and I'm going to correct this problem right now. In life, here's a Wileyism. Don't compare, prepare. Okay, now, if you compare yourself to everybody, I know you don't like it because it's hurting right now. Don't compare, prepare. And this is what the 49ers are doing. We're preparing you, Trey Lance. We ain't going to compare you to everybody else because you got a clipboard and they out there throwing touchdowns and interceptions and losing games. We ain't going to compare ourselves to that. We're going to prepare for your moment, just like Green Bay did when they drafted Aaron Rodgers. They prepared for the moment. Because soon as he got there, 2008, 2 years later, they were winning the Super Bowl. Next year, after that, they were 15-1 because they didn't compare. They prepared. Now, they know they had a first rounder. They had a 24th pick who could have been number 1 overall, but dropped. And they didn't trip. They just let him sit. Now, he was sitting behind a future Hall of Famer, which makes this situation look different. But think about if you're the 49ers. You're sitting behind a guy who took us to a Super Bowl. And our head coach is not a winning head coach. So the only thing he's tethered to in terms of success is that guy, Jimmy G. So, Trey Lance, we know you're going to take his job. The calendar is suggesting faster than later, but we're going to make sure we pause that. We don't want everybody on you. We want people to think you're raw. We want people to think you're not ready because we're going to see what Jimmy G is. Maybe use him as trade bait going forward or let him go to greener pastures and get his money. He's still on the cheap. He's $27 million, Jimmy G, right now. This is an amazing situation. I knew that they were running a scam over there in San Fran, but they ran it better than I even could see. One of those old action movies with the bank vaults and all that stuff. I'm lost, but the 49ers aren't. Coming up, the Packers say they are not trading Aaron Rodgers. But we'll tell you if he's going to be in Green Bay next season. That's next on Speak for Yourself. Let's head to Green Bay, where there's a whole lot of drama. Adam Schefter reported yesterday that Aaron Rodgers is so disgruntled with the Packers that he's told some in the organization that he does not want to return. Our own Jay Glazer reported the situation is about more than a contract issue. The Packers GM was obviously asked about this yesterday. Listen.
We've been working through this for, a little while now. And, I just think it may take some time, but, he's the guy that kind of makes this thing go. So he gives us the best chance to win, and we're going to work towards that end. Yeah, I'm not going to speak for Aaron, obviously, but no, I think obviously we got a really good team. And I do think he'll play for us again. No, we're not going to trade Aaron Rodgers.
That funeral look, he might be telling on himself. So, Acho, you think Aaron Rodgers is playing for Green Bay next year?
I love this topic. I love today's show. I love you.
Oh, finally. Take me out somewhere.
I'm in an emotional state.
Okay, let's go. I'll hug you.
Aaron Rodgers will not be playing for the Packers next year. Now, I'm going to propose something that is far-fetched, but I think there's a plausibility of it because Aaron Rodgers does not waste his own time. Why would Aaron Rodgers host Jeopardy this year? Aaron Rodgers would host Jeopardy this year if he knew before we knew, because he controls his life, that, wait a second, I don't want to play for Green Bay, but I don't have leverage unless I have options, because options give you leverage. So if I can find an option, then all of a sudden I now have leverage. Aaron Rodgers in true money would make $22 million this year. The hosting job for Jeopardy ranges anywhere from $10 to $20 million, depending on what websites you look at. So Aaron Rodgers would be losing anywhere from, $2 to $12 million. But if you're Aaron Rodgers, you're probably commanding the higher end of a Jeopardy salary. So Aaron Rodgers now has leverage, because if Aaron Rodgers walks away from the Packers right now and says, I'm not going to play for y'all, he'll go take a $2 million loss. What kind of loss will the Packers take? Well, number one, they would lose games. That's the most important thing. Losing games means they will lose money. Not only will they lose games and lose money, but they will also lose out on first-round picks that they would acquire by trading Aaron Rodgers. I don't think Aaron Rodgers plays in Green Bay next year, because he has been moving these pieces far before we ever even realized the game was being played. When he took on that Jeopardy hosting job, he gave himself an option. That option gave himself leverage, and now Aaron Rodgers can call his own shot.
Man.
It's a chance. It's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance? No. There's not a chance in hell. Look, if Green Bay wants him to play somewhere else, he'll play somewhere else. But he only has leverage, not power. We'll get into that. Aaron Rodgers ain't going nowhere. You know, with my 25 LASIK vision, I can see Aaron Rodgers, and then I go like this. And I'll be like, Deshaun Watson, I'll be like this. Russell Wilson, I'll be like this. Aaron Rodgers, oh, y'all all the same. Spider-Man, me. All y'all stuck. Y'all ain't going nowhere. These teams are looking at y'all like, talk your talk. You can't walk your walk, because you can't. I have your rights. Now, you based it all on the premise that, why would you host Jeopardy? Rest in peace, Alice Trebek. Of course. That's why you hosted Jeopardy. Here's a better question. Why you host The Bachelor? What you trying to tell me? You try to walk out? Are you going to be here next year? You going to be on SFY now? No. Oh, there was an opportunity, right? Somebody got him caught in some racial scandals and all this kind of crazy stuff. And then Acho came to say today, but Acho's still here, ain't he? And Rodgers still going to be in Green Bay, too. Damn it. Oh, no, I know you got Ellen on Monday. I'm catching these hints. Somebody invite me on the show so I can just mess it up for him. They were like, he works for him? Anyway, man, congratulations to you. Let's talk about leverage and power, why Aaron Rodgers is not going anywhere. And damn, if Aaron... Let me brief. Tom Brady got ran up out of New England. You could dress it up how you want, put lipstick on it, MAC makeup. Tom Brady wanted something in New England. They were like, we got this. We own this. We run this way. Tom Brady had a dip set, right? But he had to leave, not on his terms, on their terms, when their calendar suggested it was time for you to go. That's Tom Brady. Aaron Rodgers is a notch under that in terms of leverage in the league and with his organization. He's not going to leave on his own terms, not at all. Only when he gets the signature, the approval of Green Bay. And if you saw his general manager right there in that funeral suit, don't look like anytime soon he's going to give him that signature. Aaron Rodgers is what those grocery store, like shopping shows do. You ever seen those? I think one of our...
Supermarket Suite?
Yeah, like that.
Used to go crazy.
They used to go crazy, right? Hey, I can host one of them. I ain't going to lie. I like to eat. All right, here you go. And this is what it is. This is Aaron Rodgers right now. They gave him a grocery cart. And they say, you got 1 minute to grab everything you can. Go, Aaron Rodgers. Y'all drafted Jordan Love. Stupid. Oh, y'all trying to take power away from me and calling all the plays. Oh, you try to rework my contract, but all it was an incentive to get rid of me faster. Oh, Super Bowl MVP, all this. Come on. And And then guess what happens? They say, oh, how much you got in there? And he got all these complaints, all these issues. He pours them out, right? And then you take a look around. There's more in the store than in that cart. You know what the store is? The Green Bay Packers organization just giggling. Like, Aaron Rodgers, I don't care what you have in terms of issues in that cart. It ain't greater than what we have in terms of leverage and power over you.
We could do an hour on this topic because I'm about to come and try to give you a real body blow right here. I ain't going to go for the jabs. You leaving your ribs open. I'm coming for a body shot, Sel. Let's go back to the locker room. I'm going to take y'all there with us.
All right.
There are periods of time in your career, typically later in your career, but probably as soon as year 4, year 5, when you start having these conversations with your locker neighbors. Hey, big dog, how much will somebody have to pay you to stop playing right now?
Oh!
Like I vividly remember having this conversation with my locker neighbor, Chris Marigos. He was a phenomenal special teams player. And we would always rap like, hey, bro, like, okay, you on a $3 million deal. Like, how much would somebody have to pay you to retire right now? And after a hard day at practice, knees hurt, shoulders hurt, we'd be like, man, if somebody would guarantee me like $2 million, bro, I promise you I'd be back. Have you had these combos? You ready?
Yeah, every day.
So we all have been, if you played ball, we've all been there.
Yeah.
The dilemma that athletes have is we can't walk from the NFL to another profession and instantly make a lot of money. We just can't do it. So what do? We put our helmets back on and we trot back out on the field and we go back to tackling people and blocking people because we don't have another option. Russell Wilson, to my knowledge, doesn't have another option. I know he has a very famous baller wife. Mm-hmm. I know he got that.
You got that.
Deshaun Watson, he didn't have another option to our knowledge. And obviously this was all prior to all the off-the-field incidents. He didn't have another option. But Aaron Rodgers was like, wait a second, Marcellus Wiley. I'm listening. Wait a second, Green Bay Packers. I understand big bank take little bank, but ain't nobody going to take my bank. Because I'm going to go back to Jeopardy. You feel me? Like, I understand, yo.
Okay.
Big bank take little bank, but ain't nobody taking my bank. Because Jeopardy's still going to be filling into and direct depositing me. I'm telling you, sir, you were exactly right about Russ. You were exactly right about Deshaun. But what's the difference? Aaron Rodgers can actually waltz away from $22 million, waltz into $20 million, and be like, all right, Packers, what y'all gonna do? Play with Jordan Love. But more importantly, you could trade me, get money, get picks for me, and y'all win too. I'm interested. I'm interested in your take, but I'm interested in how this plays out.
I'm in shock. You hit me so hard, like I don't feel the pain yet, but I know it's coming. Like some signals are traveling to my brain right now. You cheated right now. My mama got in trouble doing this one time. My mama, long story short, my mama took it to another level. I didn't know you were going to do this. What? I'm going to tell my mama's story one day. We ain't got the time for that. All right. I said an answer to this question. Rodgers is playing for Green Bay next year. I'm assuming he's playing. You said he going to tap out. And he's gone. Now, in that scenario, I think Acho leading this race right now. That's a hell of a conversation and a hell of a way to look at it, and I agree with you. But let's bring it back to the least.
Yes, sir.
This vacuum.
Yes, sir.
Aaron Rodgers, will he play? He has to play football next year, say in fall. Is he in Green Bay or is he on another team? Because I just took it there. Me and you fighting in Denny's after the club. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that too many times, too. Damn, it's a glam slam. Why y'all fighting? Anyway, we fighting. You grab a ketchup bottle, you took it to another level. I wasn't trying to fight like that, Acho. I was just trying to impress that girl. So what are you doing?
If Aaron Rodgers is playing football next year and does not use the Jeopardy leverage, I'm with you. He plays for the Packers.
Okay.
Like, if he doesn't use the big joker, if he doesn't use the draw four, if he doesn't use whatever that trump card is, you're exactly right, because ultimately he has no leverage. Yeah. Athletes don't have any leverage besides saying, I want to be traded, trade me. That don't do nothing. But it's all about money. And it's all about, I'm time. Oh, I wish we had
I know, I couldn't tell my mom story either.
Time. But I do it like this, Sel. If you're going to go somewhere else, you have to be willing to leave. I came here from another network. You came here from another network. I'm sure the other network was like, hey, Marcellus, we can still do X for you. We can still do Y for you. We can do Z for you. But at the end of the day, if you're willing to leave and you leave, you Gucci. If Aaron Rodgers is willing to actually leave the game of football, it might even just have to be for a week, 2 weeks, a month. He has the leverage. It's just, Rodgers, are you going to take it and use it? Coming up, another quarterback, Mac Jones. Well, he's on his way to New England now. Shout out to you being drafted in the first round. We'll tell you if we expect him to take Cam Newton's job. That's next. Speak for yourself.
Mac Jones, who? Mac Jones was there for the taking by the Patriots at number 15 last night. Jones is the first quarterback Bill Belichick has ever selected in the first round since he's been a head coach. The former Alabama star could be the future for New England, but Cam Newton is still on the roster. Belichick was pretty clear on their quarterback situation yesterday. Take a listen.
Cam's our quarterback, whatever position, whatever time. Jared or Mac, ready to, challenge and compete, then we'll see how that goes.
So, Acho, do you expect who? Mac Jones to take Cam Newton's job?
Absolutely not. Mac Jones will not take Cam Newton's job, but Cam Newton might give it to him. There's a difference, Sal, in football, you notice, between turnovers and takeaways. They yield the same result. The defense gets the ball. But a takeaway, the defense forced it. A turnover, the offense just gave it. Mac Jones ain't going to go take Cam Newton's job. You've already taught me, and I've listened to you. In your first year under Josh McDaniel's system, you struggle.
Yes.
So Mac Jones, I do not anticipate that he will go in and just ball and light the whole Patriots practice field on fire. I don't foresee that happening. But Cam Newton got benched 3 times last year. Week 7 against the 49ers, 3 interceptions in the first 3 quarters. Week 14 against the Rams, in which they lost 24-3. Week 16 against the Bills, in which they lost 38-9. Cam Newton got benched 1, 2, 3 times last year. I did not mention Cam Newton getting COVID against the Kansas City Chiefs early on in the season. Cam Newton gave his backup quarterbacks 4 opportunities to take his job. He gave them 4 opportunities to take the job. They just didn't do it. Is Mac Jones going to go take Cam Newton's job? No. Fervently believe he will not take Cam Newton's job. But the question is Cam Newton, like he did last year, going to give it to him? Because if you throw 3 picks in the first 3 quarters and you got a number 15 overall pick sitting behind you, he might play better than Stidham. If you lose 4 out of 5 games like you, Cam Newton, did in the first 6 weeks of the season, Bill Belichick might look to that first-round pick, highest quarterback he's ever drafted in his tenure. If you, Cam Newton, get benched 3 times within 9 weeks, 2 times within 3 weeks, I'm just telling you, in football, there's a difference between a takeaway and a turnover, though they yield the same result. There's a difference between Cam Newton giving his job away and Mac Jones taking his job, but they might yield the same result. Our show today, I came with heat.
Perfect take. Perfect take. I have nothing to add, and I can't take anything away from that.
What you got? I know you always got something for me, though. You got a gem.
Come on, man. I'm argumentative. You know I'm going to find something. Look. You know what was interesting about that, what really got me? It got me angry almost. And I had to calm myself down because the things you get most angry at are the things you're guilty of. I'm guilty of thinking the same way you're thinking. I'm guilty of saying, Cam, don't you let this rookie come take your job. Mm-hmm. But Cam, don't you give him your job as well. Mm-hmm. So that's why I thought that was a perfect take. Here's what I'm going to pose as the reality. No, not just what you just articulated. Belichick is sitting there knowing you either sit or suck in my system year 1. Sit like Tom Brady and shut up year 1. I want to hear it. Drew Bledsoe out there. Yeah, that's a $100 million man. Chill. And I got names. Vinny Testaverde, whoever you're going to name. Sit or go out there, Cam. Suck. And I don't think he wants to ruin Mac Jones when he's looking at Mac Jones, who was graded and compared to Tom Brady the most in this draft, right? So you know if he is anything in that world in terms of moxie, in terms of tangibles and intangibles, you got something there. Protect it. You got to know in developmental phases how to talk, how to walk, how to be with someone. Meet them where they are, right? So I have all these kids at home. I got a 1-year-old that I talk a different language to, the 2-year-old to the 5-year-old. And I got to remind myself at times they are not 46-year-olds. So turn off the lights. They turn them on. You know what I mean? You just got to respect that that's where they are. You do not want Mac Jones to try and jump in front of Cam Newton. Cam Newton, 6'5", 250, veteran of this league, ups and downs. Let him take those hits. And whatever this team is going to be, with all the additions, you spent the most money in free agency. You got all of these supplements now on your roster. No excuses. Cam Newton, your turn. Revive your career. You're on a 1-year deal. Perfect for both of us. 1-year deal. I'm going to help you revive your career, and you're going to help me revive my name because people have dragged my name through the mud as Bill Belichick. After that year, hey, Cam, you got a decision to make. Hopefully you played yourself into some big money, and you can make it elsewhere. You can make it here, hometown discount. But whatever you know, whatever you do, Mac Jones is in the building now. That's when you look forward to Mac Jones going forward. Year 2, Tom Brady style, not year 1, take these hits.
You're in perfect world, perfect scenario, everything you said plays true. Cam Newton, you ball this year, go make you some money elsewhere. There will be places. Washington football team will likely need a quarterback next year. I don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick is their future. But I look at it like this. Justin Herbert didn't take Tyrod Taylor's job, right? Like Tyrod Taylor, lung punctured, all of a sudden Justin Herbert was given that job. Dak Prescott didn't take Tony Romo's job. Tony Romo got hurt, fractured back. Dak Prescott goes in. He was given Tony Romo's job, and then he earned staying in the job, but he didn't take the job. Jalen Hurts, he didn't take Carson Wentz's job. Carson Wentz went out there and sucked all season last year. That's my dog. Sorry, Carson. But Jalen Hurts was given the job. We see it time after time after time. Rookie quarterbacks rarely go out there and take someone's job. We saw Russell Wilson. He took Matt Flynn's job. He took that thing. But typically, it's given to a rookie quarterback, and then they keep it.
Damn, you double down with perfect. Well, like, how do you do that in Vegas? Perfect. You won both hands, you split the tens, and it worked. I told you. That's why I split tens right there. That was 2 perfect takes. Got me over here speechless. Well, I have to still talk. So speaking of the draft, Terry Bradshaw and Fox Super 6 are giving away $5,000 for each day of the NFL draft. One of today's contest questions is, which side of the ball will have more players drafted in round 3? Offense, defense, or a tie? Hacho, what you think?
I'm going to say offense. It's an offensive league right now. In the first round, we saw more offensive players than defensive players. Give me offense.
Same here. Offense, you can just strip someone down. Is he fast? I don't care how big he is. I don't care what school he went to. Can he run around? We'll put him on special teams, see what happens. Download the Fox Super 6 app and play for free for your shot to win. And make sure you tune in to NFL Network for rounds 2 and 3 tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, to follow along live. The Bears made a huge trade for Justin Fields, but we'll tell you which quarterback landed in the best spot last night. That's next on Speak for Yourself.
The NFL draft got very interesting after Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson were picked at the number 1 and 2 spots accordingly. Now, the Niners got Trey Lance with the 3rd pick. The Bears made a huge trade to number 11 for Justin Fields. And the Patriots got their quarterback, who is Mac Jones.
Who?
So, Sel,
yes,
which quarterback landed in the best spot?
Man, I was sitting there torn over these two. Trevor Lawrence, who now has a tremendous offense. You talk about how they drafted yesterday as well, getting his teammate. How you say Etienne?
Etienne.
Yeah, Etienne. That's a fresh name. You knew he was going to be a baller in Pop Warner. What's his name? Etienne? Okay, he good. But he loses out to Mac Jones. Mac Jones has cover. Mac Jones could go out there and ball out all through practice. It leaks out. Ooh, Belichick has something special in Mac Jones. And he still doesn't have to go on the field immediately, so he has cover. But you look at this situation, Bill Belichick is the best cover for anybody. Forget Cam Newton being there and you could potentially take his job, he'd give you the job. Bill Belichick is security. He's social security for any player in the NFL. 1, if you go there, he's going to extract the most out of you. And 2, if you go there, he's going to give you the bump. Garoppolo, Brissett, Stidham is still getting consideration and love. Matt Castle, and then Jimmy G, 2-0. Go somewhere else, 5-0, you 7 starts, and you become the highest paid player in the world because you have Bill Belichick as a voucher on that resume.
I like that. I'm not mad at it at all. I think that's the second person. I believe Justin Fields landed in the best spot because his bar is the second lowest and he has the ability to perform the highest. Trevor Lawrence's bar is high, number 1 overall pick. Zach Wilson's bar is incredibly high, number 2 overall pick, and we got rid of Sam Darnold for you, Zach Wilson. Mac Jones's bar is not that high, but I don't think he has the ability right now to perform the highest. Trey Lance, your bar is incredibly high because Jimmy G took them to a Super Bowl. You best at least win a Super Bowl.
Right.
But Justin Fields, top 5 defense just 2 years ago, number 1 defense just 3 years ago, is a baller cell. Best spot.
Well, you better know that because he didn't look too happy yesterday. Canceled his draft party and all. Fox Sports, PBC pay-per-view. Coming up next. Have a great weekend.